Contracts. Closing a contract. Settlement. In this tutorial, you will learn how to settle a contract, which are the different steps, and what are the attention points. There are many reasons why an employee stops working in a project. It may be a relocation, and the employee moves permanently to another MSF project. We will export his file. It may be a detachment, and the employee is going to work in a specific project outside his country for a certain period of time. We will issue detachment information. But an employee can just stop working for MSF, become an MSF international staff, or it could be other reason, as the death of the employee. In those three cases, we will settle the contract of the employee. Keep in mind also that to settle a contract, we will refer to the following documents: internal regulation and administration and HR guideline. There are two ways to settle a contract, depending on whether we need a separate payslip for the 13-month payment or not. This specificity is part of the payroll in use. So let's see first how to settle a contract when the 13-month payment is included in the settlement payslip. In the employee file, we select the current contract and we click Settlement. HOMERE will propose us the current month and year to settle the contract. We click OK. We automatically get the message that we need to update the contract file. It's what we are going to do right now. So we select the contract we just settled and we click Modify. Here we can see that the contract was automatically closed. In contract end date, we have to put the real last day of work of the employee. Then we have to enter the reason. Here, in end of contract, we have the choice between different possibilities. We can also enter more information about the reason here. A very important information is the starting date for calculation of severance payment. This information has to be filled in at the creation of the contract. For the staff working without interruption for MSF, it will be the same date as the entry date. For the employees who worked for MSF with interruption, it will be the starting date of the current employment. After updating the information in the contract slip of the employee, don't forget to click Apply. We go now into the Payslips tab and we select the payslip that was just generated. We click then See the Variables list, and we are going to fill the requested information to be able to issue the settlement payslip for the employee. This will include all the amounts payable by MSF. We need to know how many months the employee worked during the year, the overtime done during the month, the number of days of absence. If applicable, we need to know the amount of notice in advance, and if the employee owes money to the organization. We also need to know the number of days of paid leave due and the number of months for settlement payment. Let's see where we can find those two last information. Regarding number of days of paid leave due, if they were properly registered in HOMERE, we just have to check remaining leave days in the previous payslip and add days if necessary. Regarding the number of months for settlement payment, we go into the contract slip of the employee. When we created his or her contract, we should have registered the starting date for calculation of severance payment. So we can from this date calculate the number of months for the settlement payment. Let's see how to calculate the number of months for settlement payment. We need the starting date for calculation of severance payment. As an example, we take the 1st of March 2008. Then we need the date of settlement. In our case, this is the 12th of September 2011. We can calculate then that the employee has been working 42 months for MSF. Now we have to see what is mentioned in the internal regulation. In our example, if the termination is decided by MSF, the employee will receive an extra month for each completed year of work. 42 months equal 3.5 years. So the number of months for settlement payment will be 3. So back to the settlement payslip variable. Let's register the information required. So we enter the number of months for 13-month payment. In our example, the employee did not do other time and has no day of absence. The number of holiday due is 11. If we have negative number of days, we will have to type a minus before the figure. Back to our example, the number of months for settlement payment that we calculated is 3. When all the information is registered, we click Apply. So now we select the payslip. We click See the payslip and Print. And here is our settlement payslip. We can see that 13 months payment is mentioned, as well as the payment for the holiday due. As a normal payslip, we can print and save this document. When we need two separate documents, one for the 13 months payment and another one for the settlement payslip, we will proceed in the following way. First, we will settle the contract in the tab Contract and we will update the contract information. Then we will issue the 13 months payslip, and after we will issue the settlement payslip. As we have already seen, to settle a contract, we select it in the Contract tab of the employee and we click Settlement. HOMERE proposes the month and the year to settle the contract, and we need to update the contract file. So we select it again and we click Modify. So we are going to enter the real end date of the contract, the reason for the settlement, and we will validate the changes by clicking Apply. Now we are going to issue the 13 months payment payslip. We go into the Payslips tab and we select the last payslip automatically generated. We click See the variable list and here to generate the 13 months payslip we're going to enter the value 1. As previously, we need to know the number of months or 13 months of payment. In our case, it's 8. And we just click Apply. Now we click See the payslip. In comments, we are going to enter 13 months payment and we click Print. So here is the payslip for the 13 months payment. We will save and print this document. So when it's done, we close. And we are going to select again our last issued payslip. We click See the variables list. We are going to change the value 1. We put again 0. And we are going to enter all the information for settlement payment. And then we click Apply. We select the payslip, see the payslip. We remove the comment and we click Print. Now we have our settlement payslip. In this tutorial, you learned how to settle a contract, which are the different steps, and what are the attention points. Now, you might be also interested by the following tutorial videos: Contracts Basic Rules, Contracts Create a New Contract, Contract Amend a Contract, and Payment of Salary 13 months.